You're in the grind now, knee-deep in the muck, and it feels like the whole world is stacked against you. Every breath feels heavier, every step more painful, and yet here you are, still standing, still fighting. Good. Welcome to the crucible. Welcome to the battle that separates those who dream from those who do, those who wish from those who will. That crushing weight on your chest, that suffocating darkness that threatens to pull you under. That's where your power is born. Strength doesn't come from walking an easy road. Strength is forged in the furnace of hardship, shaped in the cold, unrelenting grip of struggle. And now, that furnace is blazing hot. You don't become powerful when the sun is shining, when the birds are singing, and everything falls into place. No. You find your power when you're at your weakest, when every fiber of your being is screaming for you to quit. Power comes when your body is broken, your spirit drained, and yet you rise. It's in those moments when the weight feels unbearable, when every step forward feels like you're dragging a mountain behind you. That's when you grow. You see, this isn't just a fight. This is your rebirth. This is where you strip away the illusions, the lies you've told yourself about your limitations, the softness that the world tries to force upon you. Right now, knee-deep in the grind, when the night is blackest and the pain the greatest. This is where you become something more. Look around. Do you see anyone rushing to save you? No one's coming. No cavalry is storming in to pull you out. You're alone, and that's the way it's supposed to be. The world doesn't owe you a rescue. There are no handouts, no lucky breaks, and that's exactly why you will rise above. Because you know that every ounce of progress you make is carved out by your own two hands. You smash the walls in front of you until your knuckles bleed, and if your bones shatter, you crawl. You drag yourself through the mud if you have to. Because this isn't about elegance. It isn't about victory. It's about the refusal to quit, to stop, to even slow down. When everyone else folds, when their spirits are broken, when their legs buckle beneath them, you rise. You stay in the fight, not because it's easy, not because you think you'll make it, but because quitting isn't in your DNA. Quitting isn't an option. When your body begs for relief, when your mind screams that you've had enough, you face that weakness head on and say, no, not today. You don't stop. You don't wait for the grind to ease up. It won't. Every step forward will be harder than the last. The road ahead is littered with obstacles, with challenges so great they'll try to break your soul. But you're built for this. You were born for this moment. Others may fall, but you'll keep going, because the darkness is your ally. It's in the shadows, in the struggle, that you thrive. This is where you belong. As you push deeper, you realize something. You live for this. The fight, the grind, the pain. It's all fuel for the fire inside you. Most people run from hardship. Most people shrink in the face of adversity, but not you. You're not most people. You don't crave comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth, and you've chosen the hard road. You've chosen to face the storm head on, to walk straight into the fire because you know that's where your true strength is found. Talent, luck, those are meaningless here. Those are the crutches of the weak, of those who wait for perfect conditions. But perfect conditions never come. The only thing that matters here is will. Unbreakable, indomitable will. The will to keep moving when your body begs for rest, when your mind pleads for mercy. But mercy? There is no mercy. Not here. The world is relentless. The grind is relentless. It doesn't care about your dreams, your goals, your desires. The only thing that matters is how far you're willing to go, how much pain you're willing to endure, How many times you're willing to get knocked down and stand back up again. This is the way. Every step you take, every breath you fight for, you are killing the weaker version of yourself. You are stripping away the excuses, the doubts, the fear. You are becoming something more. You are becoming unstoppable. The old version of you, the one that used to look for an easy way out, that's not you anymore. That version is dead. This question mark, this is the purge, the crucible that burns away everything soft, everything that whispers to you to stop, to slow down, to quit. That voice inside you that wants to give up, you don't listen to it. You can't afford to. You've already burned the boats behind you. There is no retreat. There is only forward. There is only more. Understand this. No one gets a say in how far you go. Not the world, not the people around you, not your circumstances. You decide. You set the standard for your life. You decide what you're willing to accept. And the standard you've set, it's untouchable. It's unbreakable. It's non-negotiable. The odds? Forget the odds. The moment you start calculating the odds, the moment you start thinking about how hard it's going to be, you've already failed. The odds are for the weak, for the ones who need an excuse, but not you. You don't care about the odds. You don't care how many people are against you, how impossible the task seems. You don't care about failure because failure is not an option. Most people, they're terrified of the edge. They're terrified of the moment when everything is on the line, when they have nothing left to give. But you live on the edge. That's where you thrive. That's where you discover who you truly are. Fear, pain, doubt, they're not obstacles. They're fuel. They push you forward. They drive you deeper. Because you've already accepted the suffering. You've already made the decision. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how dark it gets, you will keep moving forward. You will keep fighting. When the darkness closes in, when the pressure feels like it's crushing you, that's when you dig deeper. That's when you push harder. Because if you can survive one more second, you can survive another. If you can take one more step, you can take another. This is how you win. Not by giant leaps, not by sudden victories, but by endurance, by grinding it out, 1 second at a time, 1 step at a time. When the battle is over, when the dust finally settles, you'll be standing alone, broken, bruised, and barely breathing, but victorious. You'll know in that moment that you've gone further than anyone else dared, that you stayed in the fight when everyone else gave up. And in that moment of triumph, when you're standing there, the last one still moving, you'll realize the truth. You weren't fighting the odds. You were fighting yourself. And now you've won. But this victory, it's only temporary, because the fight never truly ends. This is the life you've chosen. This is the path you've carved. So when the next challenge comes, when the next obstacle rises up to meet you, you'll be ready. You'll step back into the fire, because the grind never stops, and neither do you. You're unstoppable. And this is just the beginning.